Hey guys, this is Poet Spice here, and I am here to do a little teeny tiny book haul. Sorry for the jiggling. I have been hearing about The Artist's Way from, there were a couple people, but mainly from Burgess Taylor. So she was talking about how she had done it before, and I had seen in the past some little pieces of her videos where she was talking about The Artist's Way when she did it another time, and then she's talking about now how she's doing it again. So I thought, okay, that sounds interesting. Then I saw some other people because I wanted to see what it was about, yada yada, and people talking about morning pages and so forth. So I did a little bit of research on YouTube, looking at people who were talking about morning pages and The Artist's Way, and then I also came across some videos from Loi. It's L-O-I, and I'm not even going to attempt the last name because I know I'm going to butcher it. So I had watched a couple of her videos, actually more than a couple of videos. I was kind of binge watching them the other day, earlier this week. And then I saw some other videos, and I decided that, okay, I'm going to go try this book. So I went to go look it up on Amazon, and you know, they always have multiple things on Amazon, but what I thought was interesting is they had this. So it is the Artist's Way starter kit, and the starter kit, they said it was, you know, this is what the price was on the packaging. But I got both of these for $18 and some change. So I was like, well, okay, let's see what this is about. You get the Artist's Way book, and then you also get the Artist's Way Morning Pages journal. And I didn't know much about them, anything like that, other than what I've seen on Burgess's channel and Loi's channel. And like I said, a couple others. So I thought, well, you know, hey, for $18 on Amazon, and I have Amazon Prime, so free shipping. I love free shipping. So I thought, you know, hey, why don't we do a little book haul? And I love books, but in the last, I would say 8 to 10 years, I stopped buying so many books because I would buy them, then I'd read them, and then I'd have them sitting all over the place and never go back and read them again. Because I am not one of those people who reads a book over and over again unless it's a particular type of book. So if it's an inspirational book or something like that, then maybe. But once I read a book, I'm pretty much done with it unless it's like a really good favorite. So for example, Fahrenheit 451 or Toni Morrison's books. But in general, I just don't. But anyway, back to what we were here for. So it says The Artist's Way, a spiritual path to higher creativity. And I've talked about in previous videos how it's been a while. Since April, I've been doing really well, but it was a while, and my creativity for writing had gone down and all that kind of stuff. So after hearing what Burgess had to say and the other videos and Loi and some of those, I was like, okay, well, I'll go back and look at it. So The Artist's Way is a spiritual path to creativity. And apparently this book has been around for decades. And it was originally published when... I'm trying to find a copyright date for ya, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, here we go. 1992? Yes, 1992. And then I guess this version that I have is 2000 and something. I think it has a new introduction or something like that. I love this picture. If I would cut it up and put it in a book, but you know, so I haven't looked at this at all. Other than right now with you guys, where I took it out of the package and just doing a little flip through here. Introductions. Let's see. So it's got an introduction to the 10th anniversary edition in this one. I guess this is the original one. Spiritual electricity. The basic tools. And then it's broken up into 12 weeks of work, and then it has an epilogue, The Artist's Way questions and answers, creative cluster guides, an appendix, a reading list, and an index. So that's interesting. And from all the videos I watched, they were talking about how this is not just a straight read through book and whatever, that you're doing work and stuff for it. So that would be interesting. Can't wait to do some little things with it. Now it'll be a little bit, I probably won't start that till July because I have the other book that I started. Then it says The Artist's Way Morning Pages Journal. I have no idea what this is about. It says a companion volume to The Artist's Way, and it's larger than the book, so same information. Oh, okay. Well, let's take a little peek inside. Okay, so I guess it's more like a workbook kind of thing instead of a journal, which is interesting. The only thing, I will say this, the only thing about this as far as writing in it and everything is it's too big. I prefer like a 5x7 or a 6x9 kind of book, and this is larger than that. So I think this would be kind of unwieldy for me to use. All right, so let's see. It's got places for you to write, recovery. There's a little contract page. As a mark of commitment to yourself and your process, we ask you to sign the contract acknowledging your intent to undertake a creative recovery. So that's interesting. We are a contract-driven society. It gives you a little introduction. Then your contract talks about morning pages, a guide for starting creative clusters, the Artist's Way questions and answers. So let's turn to that. Let's see what the Artist's Way questions and answers are. And it says 269. How is this organized here? 193, 192. So it seems like I don't know. Okay, there we go. So a guide for starting creative clusters. Like I said, I did not look at this before coming on video. Thought it might be interesting to just kind of come and look at it with you guys. Okay, it says giving some guidelines on page 266. And then on 269, it says questions and answers. Although creative recovery is a highly individual process, there are certain recurrent themes and questions that we have encountered over and over in our teaching. In the hopes of answering at least some of your questions directly, we've included the most commonly asked questions and answers. So she's got a list of questions and answers, I guess, that every other person, other people had. Is true creativity the possession of a relatively small percentage of the population? How does this book free people to be more creative? One of the central themes of the Artist's Way is the link between creativity and spirituality. How are they connected? That was one of the things too that I liked, that it was from people who were talking about it. We're talking about how the Artist's Way, and it does say in the title, a spiritual path to higher creativity, but an awful lot of times when you see books and stuff that say the spiritual path, they aren't really talking about some kind of spiritual thing. It's more like blah blah blah. And so I personally like the idea of the connection between being spiritual and, I want to say religious, but not necessarily religious as in following all the rules, but a belief in God and a belief in a higher power and that sort of thing, and that coming through as creativity, which makes sense to me. I mean, everybody has their own beliefs and systems, and whatever you want to believe is whatever you want to believe, but it makes sense to me when you talk about creativity being part of a spiritual activity and coming from God, because I mean, who creates everything? Like I said, you believe what you want to believe, but when you have that certain belief system, then several things get connected to it. Okay, so I will look forward. This is a long video. Hopefully you like it. If you have any comments or suggestions, questions, let me know. And once I actually start this, then I'll be doing some update videos, because I know I won't start this at least until I finish the book that I started for June as my June goal. So I shall see you guys. I don't know if I did. I know I did this on my other channel. This is a totally different type of book thing. But I make journals, and when I start this, I know I'll be making a journal. Like I said, because this big one's too unwieldy. But this Eileen Hall passport die, I cannot wait to play with this. And I just put in my order for her journal size, the Traveler's Notebook size one. So I can't wait to be playing with these to make journals for this and some other things. All right, thanks for watching. That was a little side note, and I shall see you later. Bye.